Alrighty, folks, welcome back in. We are here with map number 2. Let us cook up against Sangal, of course. Keeping this one going, keeping this one rolling. It was a pretty close finish. It was Let Us Cook to take their map pick of Ancient. If maybe you are just joining us 16-12, but we get kicked into the pistol nice and fast and well. Sangal, they've got ideas for this one. They certainly were not happy with the end of the last map, and they will exact their revenge into the pistol of this one. Their map pick, by the way. So we're expecting big things.
Okay.
Speaking of big things, we got Sound coming around the corner, finding the head of 2. If only his teammate in on the A bomb site had found one, this round might have been on, but it was anything but. They're both coming in from short, and they are both dealt with cleanly. The pistol, that madness in the middle, does go the way of Sangal.
Yeah, you feel a bit bad for Sound. Beautiful shots, but there's way too much to be done. They lose his early frags, second mid, peeking out from apartments, and there's just so much real estate on A that Sangal would have honestly struggled to lose that round. They let it slip a little bit close, but on the whole, not too shabby. And considering how rough Ancient was at times, it's good for Sangal to just get their feet under them now. And up against this second round force buy, so important they don't drop the ball here. They've got to be so careful, so poised. We saw them be quite clinical, I guess, on Ancient. That was the plan. Didn't always execute on it. And yeah, they certainly can't drop the ball here. They need to be perfect.
Perfection on the way. We'll see with the long take how things look. QB corners get spotted somehow. The Mag 7 doesn't come out on top. Meanwhile, Shock's in towards Pip. Pretty solid from here, to be fair. He needs a bit of support, though, and it's just not coming for him. Small tag damage. I think with the A-bomb site going down, though, it looks like there's perhaps a call to save coming in. It's a little up and down, every man for himself. Nonetheless, Sangal 2 in a row.
All eyes on Bogdan. There's 2 players near him. He can hear UB running, but can't capitalize. It's unfortunate. Twisters get a cheeky 1D right up mid, so all guns denied. As this is more of a brawl than a save at the moment. They're sticking around a little bit, hoping for some more fights.
Might get an opportunity at them. They're moving a bit close, but unfortunately not. We are robbed of the action at the tail end. Either way, really solid stuff, I think, so far. Sangal, that's exactly what they needed, right? The hard reset coming on to map number 2, and always a good way for them to find it is picking up the pistol and the conversion. Let Us Cook do have some scary weapons, but it should be a third for Sangal here. Their Inferno, relatively good, actually. They play it quite a lot. Their most played map over the past 3 months, so you can definitely see why they moved towards it. Alan, you kind of questioned the look at a punish pick, perhaps, in the form of Mirage, but they decided not to go for that. They decided to go for their home map of Inferno.
Yeah, we'll see Vertigo later, potentially in the series. That, on more reflection, maybe was the route to go. But we've got the boom run so far. Really missed the beats. Mid-pop comes in. It's just the pistols. 1 for Shocks, but not a lot else is going to follow from here. Sangal will cruise their way up to 3 rounds. And they'll feel good as well about saying that. So, better start. Much better start.
Yeah, a little more on it, aren't they? There just seems to be that extra layer of confidence that's really making the difference here. Down goes the MP9. Imagine, the follow-up. It was a little close, but QB does get it done. So that's 3 in a row, letting Let Us Cook now pull the rifles out and hopefully find some success with this one. Snacks is on the AWP, as per usual. I don't know. I was kind of feeling the snacks up on the last map. What about you?
Yeah, it did feel pretty good. It is certainly, when you look at the lineup, you would have to ask who else. It would have to be Twist, I think. And we've played that experiment in the past to varying degrees of success. I think it makes sense. The player I'm looking at is Soulfly. So Soulfly, for me, is a brilliant player. Really has showed that over a lot of tournaments over the course of last year. And didn't quite, get his teeth into that first map. So I'd love to see this young Turk really turf up the server and make himself look good. Snacks is on the angle, though. Big kill for Snacks. Trades found elsewhere. This is an absolute slugfest of a round. But given the HP, it's going to be really hard for the Sangal to navigate their way to a bomb site.
Every time they get one, the immediate trade comes in from the T side there. So a little tedious, a little annoying, I would imagine, for the likes of Sangal. Bosie's just chilling on T stairs. It looks like they will edge towards that B bomb site. They've got twists on high. They expect to get at least one, if not two. Yeah,
I mean, they have the nades, but I just don't see them giving up the noise queue to clear close sandbags. They've got two mollies. He'd be a dead man if they actually did clear this.
Going for a boost up instead, though. Double peek. It will be Corey to take it. I don't know, though. 2v2 still doesn't look healthy enough for me, to be honest with you, Alan.
Oh, keep an eye on this HE.
Yep.
This could be scary.
We'll see. Where's it coming? Touchdown way too late. The AWP doesn't care about low HP. Oh, he's actually not launched it. I thought he did. So we'll see. It's going to be a molly and then a nade to follow. That could finish off Corey. However, they've not quite made it to him. He's in front of Dark, not in Dark. So unlucky on that front. Still, Fozy on this 2 HP is really sticking out like a sore thumb to me. He's gone all the way around. Crazy guy. Sangal, will they even need it? Corey's going to manage to find one. The bomb ticking away. There's absolutely no time. Flash comes around. Corey rips the head off. And for a second, they maybe had us, but Sangal, they will stand strong and look very calm in that post.
Yeah, what a round from Corey. That was incredible at the end. He's in such an awkward position when they forced him out of Dark. But he just played in front of those barrels and played it perfectly. Snacks couldn't connect. And now the money's in the doldrums for Let Us Cook. Sangal, despite being such an awkward round, you're right, they stabilized, they kept it calm. They even threw the bomb over to get it off the low HP player so that, a nade couldn't just end the round. So, yeah, a lot of good decisions in that round, and this maybe isn't what we saw from Sangal on Ancient, where they looked very, very flustered.
Big headshot coming in for Bogdan then on the scout. There's also a lot of nade damage that's occurred, plus a cheeky boost. This looks very good to me. Yeah, this is nasty. Soulfly on 41 HP. They're off the boost as soon as they're on it. Solid stuff coming in from Let Us Cook then. They're going to have to, be scared away ultimately. They don't have the bomb. Get an AK out of the map, I guess. Maybe recover that bomb before we go anywhere else. But this is a pretty genuine force buy win, half buy win even, from Let Us Cook if it continues on this way.
Committing to this B stack, which is bold. They have no information right now. Nobody knows anything over towards A. I guess they haven't heard a lot on towards A, but this sort of scenario is not like Sangal are going to be thunderfooting. B fake, I suspect, to come in. Kyubi is way off. He's in towards brackets. So this should hold this trio of players. Bogdan forward about a rotation as Shocks pushes in, spots a player in mid. Now he's going to be screaming at his teammates to rotate with 30 seconds left. Sangal are pretty committed now to A, and the cavalry needs to arrive.
Yep, 25 seconds. Smoke going to go down on towards Library. Going to keep that cavalry at bay at least for a little while longer. Oh, Shocks just creeps around the smoke here. He knows what's up. He's not ready for them into it. Short, though. Still manages to find one somehow. Oh, goodness. Corey not ready for the player at backside. Goes flying in with bomb in hand. Absolute embarrassment on the A bomb site. Let Us Cook. They nick a round away. Absolutely massive.
Well, if any round's going to kickstart you into the game, it's kind of got to be that one, hasn't it? Let Us Cook handed an absolute lifeline. I believe it was Snacks that had the scout shot down mid. That is disgusting. And then from there, the boost on B and the play together on A, the saving of the smokes. It really was a well-choreographed performance from the European mix. And we wait to see if they can capitalize upon that now in the gun rounds. Nades exchanged on Banana. There's 3 in attendance for Let Us Cook, and I think the intent is obvious. They want this control.
Very quiet here, minute and 10, and Sangal not really taking too much control. We have Snacks prodding for the information, being left as the lone B defender. He's only got a scout, though. It looks like he's got an AWP, but is only the scout. Flash comes over the top. He's going to be forced off the position. And the rotators not only move in, but they move in really, really fast here. That's maybe exactly what Sangal were looking for, as they themselves are going to very quickly move towards A, Alan.
Mid-stack. Mid-stack. This could get brutal. Smoke is in. Twist is in front. Gets one. Still 2 players under the porch. Yubi has to activate to get a trade here. Bogdan. Only good for 1. 2v2 situation. And with side control soon to follow, this is looking pretty good for Sangal. Just as long as they don't get flanked a little bit earlier than expected, these guys are in short pretty quick.
Bomb plan coming in. They might just have been spotted towards short, to be fair. Molotov comes out. Smoke towards Moto QB. First port of call. What's he going to do here? They've given him a bit of a smoke to work with, or so he thinks. Nade will eat him alive. They try and get the damage through the smoke. It doesn't quite land for them. Fozy, meanwhile, has to time this, and he does not time it well. Snack's going to take his head off. All down to just the one player. It's planted. Open enough. Tap comes onto the bomb. QB low HP is just playing around that time. They need the player with the kit to get on it. There's not enough time. Sound doesn't realize his teammate doesn't have a kit. In comes the whole QB to take him down, and Snacks can't even finish him off. Oh, disastrous. Number 5 comes all too easy for Kyubi.
They shouldn't have lost that, let us cook. That was nailed on. Player stuck pit. Can't get a good fight. The smoke is still up for a little bit of the time as well. Someone needed to take control of that situation. Someone should have been screaming at them to get the kid on the bomb, but they can't organize themselves fast enough. Clearly, comms must have been hectic. And they're going to pay the price. You're already down in rounds on the CD side, and you can't afford to make many of those mistakes. You're going to be on such a tough campaign. Soulfly, making his mark in this game, does get traded, but he's flustered the CD side so much. Look at the rotations. Shocks pushes top boiler. What's going on? This round is crazy.
Absolutely all over the place. That's how we like it. Bogdan on B. Waiting. He's waiting for him to come through the smoke. Trying to follow traces as well. Oh, it's actually Snacks to get it. Lovely shot and a quick dynamic move here to get that kill and immediately rotate round towards A. It would be the correct move. Deep moto smoke. Thrown all the way from the bottom end of middle. We'll keep him there. So maybe he's the one that's been red. Sangal, although a man down, they are giving themselves a slim chance into this. Rolling forward, Scrunk needs to find this, and he does just about. And now we are pretty much even Stevens, apart from the fact that there's an AWP in play rather than 2 rifles, and they're going to Bogdan it up. Different Bogdan. Either way, 2-on-2. AWP in a retake here. I don't know if I like that. The smoke going to come down in towards Banana, making sure that it is solid. Molotov to follow on top of the bomb. Maybe not where it was meant to end up from Snacks. Nonetheless, we've got to move fast here. Another smoke towards Banana. They're yet to find a kill, and Kyubi's gone for the quick flank again. It's thwarted us a couple times, not just the CT side. This is some kind of genius play, to be honest. Really, really smart, and it just throws a massive spanner in the works. Absolutely genius, I have to say, from Sangal.
They're just making Let Us Cook so much more uncomfortable than they ever could on Ancient. Forcing mistakes. Breakdown in rotations and communication, and Sangal have upped the tempo as well. They haven't played nearly as passive as they did on the T side of that Ancient. So, yeah, Kyubi looking good. Soulfly, I don't have the scoreline right now, but he is finding some impactful entries. So, it's starting to warm up a little bit. And this is starting to get a little bit scary. Might be the map pick of Sangal, but we still expect Let Us Cook to put up some sort of a defense. Trades are there, though, on this round, and this half buy be really tough to make it work from here.
Nice find coming in from Kyubi. Should be all she wrote for this one then, because that's the A bomb site. Well and truly won. And once again, safe planting every single time. Sangal, yeah, I think they just had all that confidence in their Inferno ready to go. Maybe got to a little bit of a point in the second half of Ancient where they were like, right, this man Ooh, it's not quite for us. Nice shot coming in from Sound. They're going to be after him. They don't want to keep hold of this AK, that's for sure. Peeks into both. As the 7th comes in, once again, nice and easy. There's been a couple stressful moments for Sangal, but ultimately plain sailing.
It's looking good. It's looking good, and I think maybe they're showing why Mirage might have been a bad pick, because just playing a map where they look comfortable against a team that's clearly in flux, like Let Us Cook, they're kind of showing that they can just sort of outclass them. Make better decisions, make better rotations, better defaults, and clearly it's working much to their advantage at the moment. Barely put a foot wrong on this map thus far. And feels only set to continue as they start loading up numbers here towards apartment.
Max, shot forced out of him. He has to back away. Give that control around. They're going to have the apps control. Snacks, though, of course, is still sticking around. Flash comes in, not quite good enough. They want to peek this. Going to have to do so cleanly. A jump across comes in. Snacks. Oh, it's beautiful. It's ridiculous. Of course it is, because it's Snacks. He finds the flick and gets away. I'll continue pushing in, though. Still thinking about the A side. Going to get some smokes out. They call it off. They call it off. I mean, they must have heard a few more footsteps than they were expecting. 4 players ready to go on the A bomb site. Only 1 therefore on B. They've got to keep this moving, though, because, of course, that rotation will come round eventually. Double smokes down from the lone defender in the form of Sound. Not the best little smoke there. Maybe he's done it on purpose to give himself a hole to work with. Here we go. Flash comes in. Snacks is here. They've got control of the site itself on the Sangal side. Let's see how they perform when they are at the disadvantage. It's been quite a while since they've been here. Sound will get 1 and another in from Coffin. Whoa, why is that player so fast, says Fozy. It's all going to be down to Scrunk against 3. Looking good for Let Us Cook unless nothing happens. Nothing happens. Twist will take the final players cleanly, and it will indeed be number 2, finally getting a rifle round.
Finally. Sangal, despite the man disadvantage, they did actually pick a good timing to go through that B smoke. There's only 1 player in defense. Per them coming through. That's grey mask. Let's Cook, hold on. Best round for ages. Clean entry. Good after plant. And now they've got to build upon it. That's not going to be enough. Sangal still have cash in the bank. They're still investing into this one. And Rad and Orp on Snacks is a bit of a an option now given, now slipped away by the wayside. So, food for 4. Let Us Cook. Need to rum it. Need to get us a good dish going, don't they? Rummage up. That's what I'm trying to say. My brain kept thinking, say, Ramesh up, but that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
I don't rightly know where that one's from, to be fair. Shocks. Getting tracked down. Flash is good. However, the trade is not really there, and Shocks, while blind, takes Soul Fly. Shocks. Oh my goodness, what a hold. He only had a few bullets left in the chamber, and thank goodness he did, because apparently it increases his accuracy stat quite substantially. Scrunk will be the last remaining attacker. Oh, just a bit out of range. He's going to get 1 here. Doesn't have the bomb. He's going for the knife.
To jump? Yeah.
Yep. Easy. Easy stuff. Lovely knife. And to be fair, it does make a difference. Because he's the AWPer, of course. So it's always nice to have... and he's not the AWPer. What am I talking about? I'm thinking of Slacks. I'm thinking of Slacks the whole time.
Leader.
Yep. Still, it's a knife kill. We love knife kills.
We do. We do enjoy it. What was that, though, from Shocks? That was... It was... Those last 2 kills were almost laughable. Like, the last kill, I genuinely think he sort of says, I've got 1 bullet left, I'm just going to go for this. If I miss, I'm going to run away. And he decapitates the final player of it. That is disgusting. And it's broken the Sangal cache. And it's got to feel good to pull off a play like that.
Yep. Always does. Well, starting off well here for Let Us Cook. They are closing that gap. And closing it pretty quickly, I have to say. So Sangal, a very strong start from them. We've seen strong starts fall by the wayside many a time. Prodding and poking here with the pistols are Sangal Esports boys. Nothing coming. They're just going to look to burst around this corner and maybe catch one off guard on a timing. It's actually going to be the booster. We see this quite a lot at the tier 2. Oh, and you can see why. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's a 3v3, recovered AKs and a bomb plant. They're happy with that already. I mean, it's not entirely out of the question. Oh, they sneak this one through. Look at the position of Kyubi. Bogdan. Not going to clear. Not going to clear. Yep, timing's there. Fozzy's found a kill through the smoke as well. It's all going to be onto Shocks all of a sudden out of nowhere. We are left in a situation where Sangal would take the nastiest round of the half so far. And look at Shocks. He's so far away from the action. The bomb halfway ticked. He's got no information to work with. I mean, where does he go? What does he do? He kind of knows that this one is over. He's tacitly conceding. And he will give them the round. Wow. With minimal investment, Sangal have picked up an 8th round. Ridiculous scenes.
Yeah, just as Let Us Cook were getting back into the game. Drop the ball. And Sangal got a lot of wind back in their sails. Kyubi has been sensational on this T side. He's been brilliant. 131 ADR. Absolutely phenomenal. Shocks is doing his best to keep up, but even then, it's a difficult act to follow. Let Us Cook making this CD side so difficult for themselves by not closing out all the easy rounds in a clean fashion. And yeah, they're not going to get many more chances for this. This Inferno game is going to be out of reach.
Yeah, they'll be kicking themselves on that one as well. It's a big round to recover back. I always like to talk about the intangibles, but especially kicking this one off with Fozzy through the flowers, finding himself an opener. Yeah, disaster striking here for Let Us Cook time after time. The past couple rounds have not been kind to them. This one looks to follow that trend. They are set up in a crossfire. Bogdan cannot hold. And that's a 4v2. That's a no-chancer. That's a saver coming in, I would imagine, from Sound and Twist. A bit of banana retake so that they can make sure they save. But even then, it's going to be tough. Fozzy on... Ooh, the AWP is not ready. Sound finds him around the corner. You never know. It looks like they might just gun their way into this round and hope that they could find something a bit lucky.
Considering this bomb plants, they got to save, right? The only chance was catching the bomb before it got through mid, and... I'm stunned they're even near the site here. I think there's a bomb in the tank. I think there's a buy in the tank if they save this. I think this is a big mistake.
I'm not a big fan either. Molly and a flash. They're going to go for it, though. This is fully fledged retake. Nade lands. Sound. First fight. Loses it. And Twist is already out of there. He'll grab himself an AK. There's actually an AWP there that he might be able to get his hands on once the bomb goes off. But it doesn't really matter. 9 already for Sangal. They are just absolutely trouncing their opponents right now. And Inferno T-sided, I think so. At least in this series. That's for sure.
There's the AWP.
Oh.
Has to save. Oh. Has to save.
Wow.
That was a buy. That was a buy if he saved that. What a pivotal kill. Whew. Sangal have been so great on this T side. They had literally 1 or 2 mistakes. Apart from that, even when they're losing numbers early, call the rounds back. A lot of good mid-round calls. Playing together. They've been explosive. They've dropped the tempo when they've needed to. It's been a real pleasure to watch. And, well, for everyone apart from Let Us Cook has been a real pleasure to watch. For them, it's been kitchen nightmares.
Yeah, not good at all. Flash comes in towards the apartments here. This is... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, an absolute bloodbath ensuing, but they're not ready for Kyubi, and he finds both. Masterful spray transfer coming in. And once again, Let Us Cook. 1 step forward, but 2 steps back. It's just never enough for this team. It really isn't.
They don't know how good they got it on A just yet. Didn't see the play on the boost. See what they do. Looks like A is going to be the committal. And, yeah. Bit of a dry run here. There's nobody around. So it will be 10 for Sangal. Double digits. On the T side here on Inferno. And they seemingly can't put a foot wrong at the moment. Snipes gets one. Instant 2K from Kiyu. They've just... Individually, they look good. They're playing well as a team. And Let Us Cook can't live with them.
Kind of a surprise to see, isn't it, really? I think, ultimately, Let Us Cook are just very deflated on this map. Sangal playing the slow, methodical style for the most part, but even then, they really are in the heads. There's been a lot of really great calls. You cast your mind back to a number of fakes in the earlier rounds. Once Let Us Cook got their head around that, I think Sangal have just taken it back to the simple counter-strike.
Yeah.
And it's worked beautifully. It really has.
It's like here on Inferno, Sangal's told them, you need to prepare us a whole roast dinner and just given them a microwave. That's what's happening here on this map.
Yep. Not enough utensils in the kitchen right now, I suppose. And
trying to cook the whole chicken in a microwave is it's a tall order, even for the best of us.
Yeah. Do you know, though, them microwave things, I think you'd be surprised.
I think it would work.
It probably wouldn't taste very good or whatever.
I think it would cook it.
Quite rubbery, but yeah, it probably would get through it. An experiment for ECL After Hours. I don't know what we call the show. Saturday Kitchen Live. Either way. Another buy round coming in from Let Us Cook. They are looking to hold to just get 5. It's really going to be a tall order, though, to be honest with you. Sangal have been playing the lights-out Counter-Strike in the past few. A timing peak comes in, and wow, Corey spins around to take the head of Bogdan clean off. Not looking good at all. 5 on 4, A bomb site vulnerable. Even the B push is being held by Skrunk. He's very ready, and he's very capable over there. Snacks around one of the smokes, does manage to drop. He spots out another here, and he does get the finish. Oh, goodness, what's happened? Sound with the trade in Banana, and they are maybe a bit too slow to move. Snacks, quiet for most of the game, has managed to battle back and find a big 2K. Bullet goes screaming past Sound's head. Where are they going to go with this? It looks like B, and this will be the final. Ooh, defense, I think, as well. They have clocked that, indeed, they could be B, so... Should be able to get the bomb down in pretty good time here, and a couple smokes as well to keep the now attacking defenders at bay. Smoke towards Banana's a little bit dodgy, but sometimes that can work in your favor at this level of the game, if they expect a smoke in that area to be perfect. Well, it's anything but. 2 coming in from Banana. Slow but sure. Bozy on the AWP finds the first onto Snacks. It's not out of the question for these boys. They've had a hell of a run. Holding it towards tree is Corey, and he gets both of them down. Wonderful stuff once again for Sangal, and they will find 11. This is dominance.
Even when losing the early numbers, they turn it around. The mid-round call is so simple but brilliant. You've seen a player pit. You've seen a player aggressively on Banana. It doesn't feel good going A or B at that point, so you're actually going to wrap CT spawn. And it was the perfect call. They got so much real estate for free. They could position so well in the afterplant. And Let Us Cook, even if they had all the nades in the world there, there's so many positions they had to clear. And that ultimately was their undoing in the end. 11 rounds already feels potentially unassailable. But if they make it to 12, I think Let Us Cook might as well already start thinking about their vertigo plans. This is out of control.
Nice find coming in from Fozy as well to just start sealing the deal into this first half. 12 rounds looking very doable then, Alan. You would imagine this is certainly how it should go down if signs are to be believed. There's a couple players ready to go on the B bomb site, though, so certainly not out of the question that the hold looks clean, the hold looks good. A lurking presence of QB, so there's only the 4 players of Sangal. Are they even going to commit, though, is the question. I think they're really just trying to get all the utility out of their opponents and then go for the timing execute, and that is indeed what we are looking at here. Skrunk's got all his utility remaining. 35 seconds, wind it all down. Sangal, again, so methodical. Not any flies on these guys as they move into the late round execute. Yep.
It's got to be a round of their life. I don't think Sound will get tagged. Actually, that Molly isn't deep enough even to... Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Out in the open, flash is perfect, and that is... Oh, signifies that this half is gone. Shock's 1 on 5. What do you even do? Do you even attempt this?
I mean, maybe just for the sportsmanship angle, right? You just go for it and get the half over and done with. He thought he had a well good spot up here on the well, which was a pun I did not intend to make, I assure you. And he does his job. He just doesn't have any support.
He's actually playing for stats.
Yeah, he is a little bit. It's a bit cheeky of him. He might get a couple more opportunities. But no, Soulfly gets it over and done with. 12-3. Sangal dominating, looking for that third map, looking for that 2-1. They ain't bothered about losing Inferno because in their minds, it's impossible. We're going to take a break. When we're back, half 2 gets underway. We're back in with half number 2 then, 12-3 at the turn. That tells you all you need to know. Sangal, they have been absolutely running rampant on that T side of things. Let us cook, meanwhile. Well, they have a mighty hill to climb. We'll have to see how things pan out. Oh, it's a two-man setup in towards long. QB maybe had a chance at a couple there. Corey as well. Maybe had a chance at a couple. Doesn't quite come off. They're going to go for the bomb plant. Sound, aggressive, able to find the head of another. Looking very good there for the rotators in from B. Will never get the chance to rotate. They're going to save on this one. Fuzzy, especially with his Julies, will take that free head armor into the next round.
Good stuff. Sangal, I think they had their chances, didn't they, to get off some good shots. They just couldn't connect fundamentally. And all too often, pistol rounds do come down to those sort of interactions. Well then, let us cook. Pick up T-pistol. There's still a heck of a long way to go. But at least they've completed step number 1. Next up's going to be the 4 spy. And they're so potent on Inferno, those kind of tight choke points. We can put down utility and make it difficult and settle them for the late rounds. So surely will be a buy coming out from Sangal. Really? Not going to go... Really? Okay, there we go. Bit delayed. We're there in the end.
Yep, making sense in the end, ultimately. So, we'll see. That FAMAS especially looks very scary to me. Very scary indeed. Oh, big nade damage. This is what you were talking about, Alan. The ability of the utility on Inferno CT side to give you so much more than you bargained for. Flash to get the FAMAS out. It's actually sticking around here to look for a fight. Could be a smart move, could be a terrible one. Soulfly in and around the smoke that he's got. Trying. Flash comes round. Now that one truly is to get him out. And they will have burnt about 50 seconds of play here. Not bad at all.
Still 2 smokes on A right now. There goes 1. As Fozy blocks long. He's actually found another on the ground. Somebody did drop one. Still 2 on this site. And Let Us Cook clearly are committed to an A finish. Wow, this could get awkward. 45 seconds and 2 smokes to traverse. Here we go.
Here we go indeed. A couple shots ringing out solidly. Fozy does get traded out though. 4 versus 4. Flash round is perfect. It's actually from the T side. Corey good on the Deagle. Maybe needs one in from QB here. Can't find a head. And that could make all the difference. They're still relatively low though on the side of Let Us Cook. Are they going to save again? Soulfly looks to take this FAMAS out into the next round and just again concede. Oh, maybe they should have gone for it though. That's a relatively early kill into the post plant. Still, it's the way it is. Let Us Cook going to move up to 5.
Got a little bit hectic. Definitely a world where they lose that round. Let Us Cook. Smoke wasn't perfect onto Moto. It did get them 1 kill, but it did allow the wrap to envelop quite quickly. Either way, still a long route back for Let Us Cook. I think for this following round, we do need to see them keep it clean. Their money is on the brink for a lot of this T-side campaign. It's going to be so hard to always have the utility and always have the options. And as soon as Sangal get 1 round, they're in a world of pain. So bolstering the money is the order of the day here in round 18.
Alrighty then. See what the FAMAS can get done. Maybe the Mac 10 as well to pick up some cash. That's what we always like. There's going to be some action here. It's just a question of who it's in favor of. Ooh, and they're going for a boost here. Trying to play around this. Corey will manage to find one. It's actually Soulfly to get it done. Coming in for 3. Soulfly on the FAMAS. Oh, the 4th as well. Doesn't go down. Absolutely unbelievable. Now just Snacks. A great touchdown nade, but what is that worth when the player you killed's found 4 with the FAMAS? Not like this, guys. An absolutely ridiculous round on the cards if the remaining 2 pull it off. Snacks, though, he'll wait. He's got time. He doesn't have to go anywhere. He knows that, but as soon as he peeks out, Fozy will drop him, had an inkling of where he was, and what a massive round for Sangal to steal.
I think we're going to Vertigo. That's the overwhelming feeling right now. Corey stepped up. QB's carried on a sensational terrorist side form. I feel bad for Sound. He had a great map. Really come alive in these last few shocks, of course. A couple monster CT rounds and... Well, I don't think foes expected an AWP here. It's wielded by Sound. And of course, we've seen Snacks AWPing pretty much exclusively so far. So, yeah. AWP by out of nowhere. And an estimate entry.
Pretty nasty stuff. How does Sangal answer back then? Ultimately difficult to say. They will recover the AWP of their own. There's actually no one on towards the B-bomb site. They were really banking on, you know, more of an A hit. So it does get kind of weird now. Skunk will go, and he'll go the long way around so he can't be heard. Oh, and I think they're really going to start to get an idea. They've cleared out mid. They've cleared out apartments. There is a player in apartments, which should be a freebie. It is indeed as Corey picks it up. However, they are pretty firmly in on this B-bomb site. No plant as yet. But still, should be all good. Nade. Does decent damage. 4v4. No utility remaining for the T side. Twist, though, as the smoke goes down. Takes the head of Soulfly. Makes the job a hell of a lot harder. This is just not looking good, is it? I would say, you know, you have the lack of information. Just move to save. You've got plenty of rounds to play with. And they will indeed move away.
It's the right move, isn't it? I think if this is 3 rounds each, you might go for it, but not at this point in the game. Not when you got this much leg room. Let it go. Play the long campaign. You can get a good buy in the following. It's not a concern. It's not like you've got a long distance to go to finish this one off. So feels like the right call, Corey, and a bit of pressure. Trying falls away. It's going to get really scary to play on top of the bridge. Or looking the wrong way. Comes to no avail. But yeah, let us cook despite the horrid buy. Our, you know, whittling away, let's say, at this lead.
Yeah, bit by bit. I mean, again, there's still a lot more work to do here, and I would imagine that Sangal have got great plans for the upcoming round. But bit by bit. Brick by brick. Building their road to recovery. Yep. So we'll see. This buy is much more fleshed out for the T side as well, so they may have more tricks up their sleeve. Sound goes for a click, doesn't quite work for him. There's a lot of damage. Great flash comes round. Scrunk for 2. Sure, he gets traded, but his work is done.
Oh, oh,
Alright, Shocks. Alright, Shocks. He keeps rolling for more as well. What's happening with the AWP? Fozy doesn't know where to look. There's a player down below him somehow. Goodness, what has happened?
That was ridiculous. Shocks is... His mechanics are unreal. I mean... That's ridiculous.
Well then, certainly one way to put yourself on the map. There's, again, still so many rounds, right? So we need a few more of those, I think. But that's a pretty big one. It's pivotal. It breaks the bank of Sangal. Soulfly on the Deagle. We're getting some ridiculous shots in these past couple of rounds. That is absolutely true. Uh-oh.
They're tempting him. They are very much tempting him. Topfly's going to re-peek, and he gets another. Oh, not like this, Lettuce Cook. You can't lose to this investment. That would be beyond changing the result of the map. It would just be gutting to lose this sort of round.
Oh, God. It's the sneaky crossfire as well. I think with that second player being shown, they'll probably be ready for this one. Still, though, 4v2. Both split. This is already a ridiculous-looking game state. Is all I have to say. Oh, an AK recovered. Yeah, this is worrying. Very, very worrying if they guess correctly and bolster the A bomb site. But the bomb waiting on B. Oh, I don't know. It is the old classic I go B, you go A. The bomb carrier making the call. They're not biting, though. There's still Skrunk around. They know where Skrunk is. They just don't know where anyone else is. Down goes Shocks. Even on a 1v4 retake, this should now be very doable indeed. Skrunk with the P250 just trying to buy time. Can't find the kill. There's only 10 seconds, but look at where the rotations are at, right? That's the big one. Sound against 3, and like I said, oh, they're so low, though, aren't they? They're so squishy without the armor. 3 to get through. 2 have got AKs. 1's got a Deagle, which is nothing to really get upset about, but at the same time, it can still dish out the damage. Flash comes around. They're going to work their way in. Sound has to go nuclear on this. Got to stay cool. Got to stay calm. He cannot do it, and they will lose once again to a crazy weak buy. Absolutely insane.
Oh, that's a kicker. Soulfly. That first shot was an absolute ripper down banana. Second kill was more laboured, but even so. Player walks into B, Skrunk. Immediate headshot. Second bullet finds the kill with that P250. Wow. I think that microwave broken. The microwave is broken because we're not cooking anything. We're serving raw.
Yeah, it's definitely getting sent back. I think that's what's happened. The dish has come in. You know, why is there a fly in my soup? Absolutely ridiculous stuff. And Sangal back to it as they look set with the massive nade damage coming in at the start of this round. Look set to take us to that third map of Vertigo.
It's cockroaches in the kitchen and Sangal. They're the inspectors. They're here. And at the moment, I think Inferno's getting a best of 2-star rating to Lettuce Cook.
Smokes come round. Bit of a tag. It's actually an AWP tag onto Shocks. Look at the HP bars. I don't think I've ever seen 4 players tagged all the way down like this, but yet still alive. They are playing with their food somewhat on the Sangal side of things and letting them run around in the yard before, well, you know what. We'll see what happens here. This is not looking good at all. AWP leading the charge. Fozy will drop him, though. This is looking good for Fozy from this kind of an angle. Could even just dish out a nade to finish the round here and now. If they're all grouped up enough. He finds himself another on the USP. Trying to pull off a reload on the AWP. It's all going to be down to Shocks to essentially save the game. And he can't even find Fozy while he's panicked. Fozy with a big 3K. And now 8 in a row required from Lettuce Cook.
So when I was at uni, there was a kebab shop called Spicy Bites. And a few years, I think about a year, say, after I graduated, it got a 0 health food rating. And got shut down. It's out of 5.
Holy hell.
Out of 5, they got 0.
I've never heard of one going that low.
I must have eaten there at least 10 times.
Whew. Did you ever get ill?
They once
Oh,
gave me a cup of just a white drink. And I drank it.
Oh, God.
And I survived.
Well, fair enough. What is going on here? This is such a mess of a round. Smoke onto the Molotov. Game's over, folks. That's all I'm saying. 0 out of 5 for the Lettuce Cook restaurant. absolutely. Down they'll go. And there you have a 16-7 finish. And it will indeed be that third map to conclude. But ultimately, the second map there, all about Sangal. Really solid stuff. And a couple of silly rounds lost out, you could say, from Let Us Cook. But ultimately, Sangal, especially on that T side, were just too much to handle.
Yeah, it was some nice rounds in there from Let Us Cook. It just felt like Sangal were pretty comprehensive. They made very few mistakes. I thought individually